Hi, my name is Janine Calabria, and I'm here today to welcome you to Open Table's online volunteer orientation program. We are so happy that you decided to join us because Open Table is a volunteer-powered organization. We have over 650 volunteers and only 7 staff members, so we really need you to deliver our mission. Our mission is to address hunger in the local community by providing healthy food in a welcoming environment while respecting the dignity of everyone we serve. You are a really important part of delivering that mission. How do we do that? Well, we've changed a little bit since COVID-19. We used to have a community dinner, and now we are still cooking in our commercial kitchen and preparing about 450 prepared meals every week to put in grocery bags. And those grocery bags are part of the groceries that we distributed in our fresh air, drive-through, no contact pantry that's in the municipal parking lot right behind Open Table. As a volunteer, you'll be helping us with both of those jobs, and we need you to pack all those bags on the pick and pack team and to distribute the food to our guests. Our guests are what we call people who come and use the services at Open Table. We are a pretty entwined organization in that we have guests who come and also volunteer, and we have volunteers who work side by side with our guests, and it's really important at Open Table that we understand that this community is very much a community of respect. How does that get translated? Well, we ask that you not take pictures while you're here or talk about people you interact with at Open Table, because some of the guests who come here would rather have some privacy. Other guests may not mind, but as a policy, nobody takes pictures at Open Table except the staff, or if a staff member asks you to do so. So now that we know what you're doing in terms of delivering our mission, how are you going to do that at Open Table? Well, now that we are operating differently because of COVID, we're also volunteering a little differently because of COVID. Everybody needs to bring a mask, or we'll provide one for you, and wear it while you're here. Because you're handling food, we also ask that when you come, you'll wash your hands and sanitize your hands, and then put on a pair of gloves. It's important to change your gloves regularly if you touch your glasses or if you take a phone call. In fact, we prefer you keep your phone in your pocket. But if you do either one of those things, you'll need to change your gloves to make sure that you're not transferring any germs to the food that we're providing to people here. So now that you know what you'll be doing at Open Table and how to remain somewhat safe when you come here, let's talk about what would happen on the first day that you would volunteer. You'll get an invitation. Because it's based on the information you provide at your registration form, you'll get an invitation to come volunteer. Let's say you're coming today at 1 o'clock to be part of the pick and pack team. It's important you remember that because there are 2 things that happen at that time, pick and pack and distribution. So you have to remember you're on the pick and pack team. So when you walk in, you can tell people what you're going to be doing. When you come, it's really important that you wear no sandals, but closed-toe shoes. And also, leave your fancy sweaters and clothes at home. Wear a t-shirt or something you don't mind getting dirty. You'd also might be like to bring some water with you. And if you could, put your name on it in case you leave it behind. Snacks? Not great when you're working with food. So leave your snacks at home, and you'll be working with a lot of yummy food, but if you can wait until you get home, it's better for us not to have people eating while they're packing food for other people. Once you get in your car and you have your right clothes on, did you remember to check the directions for where to park? Because we asked all of our volunteers to park on River Street and then walk over so that your car doesn't get towed and that we have plenty of room in our back municipal parking lot for guests. And last but not least, when you walk into the building, don't forget what team you're on and ask for the shift leader for pick and pack or distribution. What is pick and pack? Well, pick and pack is a great job if you want to be inside, out of the elements, and maybe you need to sit down. some people get a pretty good workout, but other people might sit down and pack produce. You need to be at least 6 feet away from the next person doing it, unless you come with your family. And a lot of families are volunteering right now with COVID, and that's been wonderful for us because you can be elbow to elbow with the people you live with. If you join the distribution team, you'll be outside in all kinds of weather, so dress appropriately. There's a lot of rain, there's a lot of sun, and a lot of snow you'll need to contend with when you're outside packing cars with food. This is a great job for people who love customer service and can be on their feet for 2 hours. So now that I've talked to you about the 2 jobs that are possible for you to join when you first started Open Table, what happens if you're driving to Open Table and you have a flat tire or are in the middle of a lot of traffic? Well, please email volunteer@opentable.org. That's the best way to communicate last-minute cancellations. If a couple days before something comes up and you need to cancel, please go into Volunteer Gopher, that's our online scheduling system for volunteers, and take yourself off the shift. Our volunteer manager will then fill that position. So in the meantime, I think the best thing you can do for Open Table is to think about your schedule and commit to one time every week. That way we can keep your group together, you'll build community on your team, and we can count on you every week to fulfill a really important job for Open Table. Thank you so much. Without you, we could not deliver the mission of addressing hunger in our local community. Thank you so much for volunteering at Open Table, and after your first shift, you'll get a survey to fill out to let us know how things went. We also encourage you to let us know if there are ways in which you would like to offer your skills to Open Table, with things like fundraising, communications. If you happen to have driven a 16-foot box truck before, we could really use you on our pool of truck drivers. And if there are other ways in which you see things at Open Table that you could help with, we would love to hear from you. You can always offer your ideas at volunteer@opentable.org, or you can tell your shift leader or some staff members of the things you're thinking about. We want your input, and it makes us a better community when you can tell us about ideas you have and skills you might be able to offer us. Thank you.